Join me now, the head coach of the Bulloch Academy Gators, Pat Collins. And Coach, lost the first game of the season, but you guys have reeled off 3 pretty impressive victories in a row, the latest coming in a big game because it was your region opener with Westfield this past week.
Well, the region victory is a huge victory. We were certainly glad to get it against Westfield, and Westfield may be a little bit down from where they have been in the past. In preparing for Westfield, I told the boys that the team that prepared the best and had the best practices would be the team that would be successful. And we had excellent preparation in every phase of the game, kicking, defense, and offense. And I think the results bear that out.
3 straight games where you scored over 40 points, 3 straight games that you've held your opponent to under 10 points. Can you put your finger on anything that's really helped shift things around?
That's an interesting question. I think the reality to that answer is that we knew with several new faces. I mean, we graduated a very talented group last year. And we knew with several new faces that there were going to be some growing pains, and we knew that we were going to have to mature and get some on-the-job training. And we've gotten most of our guys settled into roles. We're still, have a piece here and a piece there that we're working to settle in. But we've gotten most of our guys settled into roles that everybody's clear on now as to where they fit on the team, and that's very, very important. This association, the GISA, does not have spring practice, and I sometimes hear talks about not having spring practice in high school football or in the Georgia high school. That would just be such an utter mistake, in my opinion, because spring practice allows you to do what we've had to do in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season as far as figuring a few things out, and they're very difficult things to figure out until you get some real game experience with all the kicking and all the circumstances of real games. Scrimmage games help, but there's no substitute for the real game. So we were fortunate to have 2 or 3 games before we got into our region schedule, and that certainly helped us be ready for Westfield.
Well, it's been a while since you've had to go on the road. You went to Edmund-Burke. That's the only game so far that's been out of Bulloch County for you. This week you got to go up to Augusta Prep. What do you expect from those guys?
Well, the week we were open, I had an opportunity to go up to Augusta Prep and actually scout up there. We sent coaches to different areas because of the way the schedule fell. And, a beautiful little campus and beautiful little stadium, but it's a little bit of an odd environment. It kind of felt like I was in Kansas somewhere, kind of on the plains. But we've got to control what we can control. We can't control the environment and how far we have to travel. We've got to make sure that we're physically ready and emotionally ready to play football. And our guys handled it well. We went to Edmund-Burke. This trip's about twice as far, so that does bring in some dynamics that you got to guard against when you're heading on the road. But I feel like things are coming together well. You mentioned at the beginning of this interview the 8-24 game at Irk Russell, and we didn't get it done that day, but we've rectified things since then, and we've got to try to continue to build from where we've been and prepare well. And I stress to our team all the time that the team that's going to win is the one that prepares the best, and we've had very good preparation in the wins we've had recently.
All right, so once again, the Gators on the road at Augusta Prep Friday night. Stay with us. Up next, we'll talk to a few of the Gator players.
Ready for fall? Us too at RJ Pope. Get ready to cheer on your favorite team in a new performance polo from Peter Millar, Southern Tide and AFCO. Ladies, we have the best brands and trending fashions. Complete your look with one of our best-selling shoe brands, Soft, On Cloud, and Free People. Shop these brands and so much more at one of our 3 locations, RJ Pope Buckhead, Downtown, and Vidalia.
And join me now, a couple of the Bulloch Academy players. We have Lyons McKinney, who plays guard and linebacker, and Will Aaron, who's playing wide receiver and defensive back. And guys are really turned things around. I mean, the Pinewood game was a little disappointing, but then the last 3 games, you guys have really looked good. What do you attribute that to, Will?
Well, every week we just try to get a little bit better. We're trying to improve a little bit more on all aspects of the game. So I think that's been a big factor in it.
Anything that you can put your finger on lines on why things have been going so well lately?
Working hard at practice. We've had real physical practices every week, and I think that's the main thing.
Do you feel like you've seen the most gains on the offensive side or defensively?
I think both have grown tremendously throughout. Since the first game. I'm not sure. I think it's kind of grown together.
Lines, do you see anything that the offensive line blocking better? Do you feel like there's anything in particular on one side of the ball that you guys have really done well lately?
Offensively, we had some new starters come in. We had a lot of new faces. I think everything's starting to come together, and defensively, we're starting to figure out what we're best at and what we can do. So.
All right, well, coming off 3 straight wins, you guys got to go on the road now to Augusta Prep. How do you feel about going up there? How do you feel you go in?
I think everybody's gotten some confidence in them. I think everybody's kind of getting comfortable in our system. And as Lon said, we had a lot of new players come in. So I think everybody's getting, more comfortable with everything. So I think we're good.
All right, you got Augusta Prep, rather, on the road. Your thoughts? You haven't been on the road in a few weeks.
We just got to keep the momentum going from the past couple of weeks. So.
All right, well, once again, that game, Bulloch Academy at Augusta Prep, go out and support the Gators Friday night.